Hello, welcome to stock analysis. Um, Welcome to market flow. Let's see what's happening. So we are 20 minutes from the closing, and I wanted to just to run real quick about some of the hot stocks and see how they're doing. Tesla is still on a downtrend. We talk about it quite a bit, and right now it's battling out this small consolidation. The target that I see for this is 660, 657. The reason for that is that will be the back test of this channel, and this was the channel that was doing the selling earlier. So we'll see how that goes. Now let's see what some of the major index are doing. Let's go with SPY. We talked about SPY yesterday, and we say that it was getting very toppy, and the reason why is, so if you have any requests about any stock that you like to see, please put it on the chat, and then I'll review it. Any questions? Real quick, I'm just gonna review SPY. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, so this is SPY. This is where we are right now, and what I think it's going on right now is we're at the top of the trend line right now. We're top of the channel, and as you know, every time we get on top of the channel, there is a high probability that we are going to grind or sell off. So at this point, this is a little bit of a warning to know what to do with your positions. Because of this, I don't think that today is a great day to buy. Just like yesterday, we skipped yesterday from buying any stocks. The reason why is because there is a high probability that this is going to have a pullback, but nonetheless, it can grind for some time, just going sideways, not selling off. There's a gap here. Let's go with QQQ. I think QQQ is doing exactly the same thing. It's on top of this channel, and well, I had a couple trend lines here. It broke out. It was creating these wedges, and then he broke above it. I mean, it's not bearish because he hasn't broke from the channel, but it is overbought. However, it can continue going overbought, especially if there's more buyers. So, I mean, if QQQ didn't sell off and consolidated, I mean, we're on top of the channel. There are two gaps. So, the thing that I was looking at is that we had negative momentum during the day, and it consolidated sideways. That tells me that tomorrow it may have a positive. It may not sell off, as some people think, but we'll see. Let's look at some of the hot stocks. If you have any stocks that you want to review, we just review Tesla, and we saw that it's going on a downtrend. Currently, it actually broke this upper trend, and it's probably going to close below that. That's a selling and bearish signal. And right now I have this 657 as a target for that. Let's go look at some of the stocks. Let's go look at Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin doing? Okay, well, Bitcoin is forming this bearish circle. There is some support right here, but momentum says that we're gonna continue to sell off. So even though if we have a kick-back rally, we're gonna be selling off a little bit more. The Russell, yeah, with the Russell is a little bit different. We have these switches. It broke up, and then right now it's back testing these highs. If anything, this chart doesn't look as bearish as any of the other ones that we've seen. Like, this is probably a good setup for a long support. Back testing it. If it bounces, then it's a good trade. If it doesn't bounce, then you can exit. So you know your stop and exit right away. Let's look at silver. So recently silver was going in this downtrend channel for a few days, and then it started to break to the upside. So it still has some momentum. So it's looking good. Short term, I think it may come back and bounce out of the 200 moving average again. Maybe consolidate a little bit. This 24.80 seems to be like a good support. Let's look at the NASDAQ. We already went and we already saw the NASDAQ earlier. Yeah, it's looking very bullish here. It's consolidating right here. What's my intuition for tomorrow? Yeah, it's hard to tell. The 4-hour momentum seems to get oversold, so it may push against what people think it's gonna do, but some people are thinking it's gonna sell off. It may keep pushing higher. However, that's not a high probability trade. We already did most of the upside. So this is wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. Yeah, we may get a correction. Maybe backtest the 50 moving average. There's a strong support right here. So this is what I think is gonna happen with this one. But backtest the 50 moving average and then moving forward, that would be good with that. Same thing with this buy. Let's look at some of the. Let's go look at the watch list. There's quite a bit of sales today in the market. SunPower, 8% down. What is this SunPower doing? Is this a dip to buy? I really think it's not. And the reason why is the 1 day, the 4-hour momentum is still pointing down. This may have been just a stop to get back to the 20 moving average. That's what it looks like for me. Like, you may do a little bounce and then it may sell off. I think this right here, it's probably a good support. 24, 40, 22. That's probably where I can see it going. AI. Is AI a good dip to buy? It's 8% down. Mm, let's see. Yeah, I don't think so. Momentum's going negative. I will let it settle down a little bit before a buying opportunity. This is when he broke the upward trend. So we'll see what happens if there's any buyers. Dogecoin. What's Dogecoin doing? Um, well, I mean, this one is hard to analyze. Dogecoin, we can analyze it with Elon Musk tweets. I think that will be the thing. We kind of created some sort of U here. Maybe it does create a U, a cup and handle. We'll see. The reason why I think so is look right here is looking oversold, at least for the short term. So I can see some buyers stepping here and then moving it maybe all the way to the 660 and then maybe creating a cup and handle. Yeah, so I mean, if you're holding Dogecoin, this is not a good time to sell. Probably let it couple days to see if it's actually going to continue selling or if it's going to go on an uptrend. XPIF. And there's been a lot of news about XPIF recently. They've been talking about their EV autonomous system. However, you know what they say, buy the rumors, sell the news. So that's what happened exactly right here. He moved quite a bit and then he lost some of that hype and now it's selling. Is this a good dip to buy? I wouldn't buy it. Like the support, at least this part right here, I think this is where buyers can step up. I mean, tomorrow I can do a little bounce and then touch the 35 and then sell again, maybe grind this downtrend. But what about this one? Is this a good dip to buy? No, I don't think so either. It's probably heading right here to this point again. Like this, I mean, if you think this stock is going to do very well in the future, like $30 to $33, it may not make a big difference. But I do see that this right here, it's going to be a good place to buy if you're bullish on this. And then we'll see if it respects that. If it then doesn't respect that and it falls down, it's probably a bearish signal. Labu. It's Labu. It's buying the dip type of stock right now. I don't think so. Everything like short term, everything looks like it's gonna have another down day tomorrow. Everything. Usually like days like this where you see a lot of selling, people will come at the end of the day and then they're gonna freak out and they're gonna be like, oh my goodness, this stock is selling off, I should have sold it before, I might as well just sell it now before it gets worse. So usually what happens is well, two things can happen. Those people who have that type of mentality can push the stock even lower. Other ones who are like, oh, this is a dip to buy, they'll buy the dip and then tomorrow they'll average to whatever entry position they got if it's up here, and then they'll sell off, and then so it's gonna do a dead cat bounce. That's what I think is gonna happen tomorrow with a lot of these stocks. Maybe not with this one. Like momentum is strong to the downside, but I can see this one continuing selling off for some more time. Yeah, this one looks like it's a support. This one is not as bad as the other one. This one's actually very, very oversold. compared to everything that we have seen. And I'm gonna put this one a green dot because I think this one has a better setup than the other ones that we look at. The reason why is because recently we broke the downtrend channel, and now we're backtesting these lows, and it's very likely that if people are bullish on this particular stock, they're gonna come in and they're gonna pick up the stock right here. It's a great price for the stock. Well, I'm not exactly sure. I don't know much about fundamentals, but technicals. This is look, this back here when it had the double top, that's when I measure how far low it was gonna go, and then I put this line right here, and it got there right at the dot. So technical analysis doesn't replace fundamentals. Like if a company is pretty bad, it's going to continue sell no matter what, but it does tells you when it's a good opportunity to buy, maybe when it's a good opportunity to take profits, regardless. So your job is to pick fundamental companies. Like I don't know if this company has good fundamental and thesis, but from what I know, there's a lot of people who like it. So this is a $7 stock, and it used to be 17. Yeah, I put it in the setups to buy. Now it does not say that this stock is gonna be bought tomorrow, especially because the market may not go to the upside tomorrow, but still it's a good price compared to where it was, especially if you believe in the fundamentals of the company. It's back testing it. It got out of the trend channel. We'll see. Sometimes what this type of stocks will do is that they will do a quick sell-off again. So you can experience a quick sell-off again, and then a real quick bounce. And that, what it does is get rid of what they call paper hand people, so people who are freaking out of the price. So if you're coming in here, expected maybe to dip a little bit lower, and then be prepared to buy more. That's what another recommendation. Well, let's go with another one that is oversold today. Skills. Is this a good dip to buy? Well, it's right at the 200 moving average. This is a place where a lot of institutions and traders buy. However, I don't know much about the fundamentals of this company, but it's been selling quite a bit. I'm afraid that may not be a good company to buy. Again, I'm just sharing my analysis here. Yep. So if you go to this website, you'll be able to see how the computer is doing trend analysis. And for this computer, this trade is gone. We're going on the downside. It broke down from this triangle, and at the 200 moving average, there's been some people who have stepped up and bought. February 25, someone said the target price is 34. Yeah, I guess I can see that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 waves already. March 23. Look at this. So many selling. Significantly sells. This is $200 million in sales from the CEO. You think that if the CEO believes in this company, they will not be selling? So there is one quote that says, people can sell for many reasons, but they will only buy for one reason, at least insiders, and it's because they believe the stock price is gonna go up. So yeah, I mean, if the CEO sold just recently, at 23, this many shares, why will anyone will buy at that price? And that's perhaps why it dipped so much. It was like right here, and then this is probably the CEO reaction and selling of the stock. So fundamentally, I don't think this is a good stock to buy unless there's an analyst that come, but it's going to be bearish, unfortunately. I mean, if you're in it, is this a good time to average down? Perhaps, if you're already in it. If you're not in it, is this a good time to get in? Give it a couple days. If it actually steps up, and maybe there is a institution that comes in and says, "Wow, this stock is supposed to be a 34, and why not? Is this a dip to buy?" A lot of the stocks that I'm reviewing are tech stocks, and they have been selling off significant. Look at this. Now, what's good about this one? It's the following. I thought it would be good right there. Look at that. Today it closed below. It closed below the trend. This was acting as sort of a support, and it could be. Might as well, like tomorrow, maybe like a bounce. There is positive momentum coming here in the 1 day. There's still gonna be a little bit of selling. You can see right here, there was a bearish divergence. That was a signal to sell. That's why it sold off so hard. So, is this a good dip to buy? Perhaps, if you're in it, if you're building a position on it. Let's see what the chart. It's always good look to come and look at it here. Not here. Here. OSDK. So OSDK. It's not a very clean. It's not a very clean chart. You almost look. There's a double top here. And if that is the case, now the computer has different trend lines that I do. There's supports at $50 right here. So, and then the downtrend support, it's coming up like pretty low, like $20, $34. Yeah, this one's a risky, especially for a long term. I don't know much about fundamentals. I don't know how much these stocks should be worth, but from, and I'm gonna delete a lot of these lines, and I'm gonna put the ones that shows in the computer. From the computer perspective, $50 looked like there is going to be buyers stepping in, and this is somewhere, yeah, this is like a triangle. Let's see one more thing here. Is there a stock you wanna do analysis on? Wow. Well, I can see why some people may step up today and buy. Gonna delete this channel. We don't need it anymore. The reason why I think some people may step up and buy today is because there was a selling trend, and then it got out of this. It looked bullish. It got a quick sell off, and then now it's sort of like support, but it closed like right below it. I mean, these trend lines are never perfect, so who knows? However, the computer says this is a good price to buy. Debating on it. Debating on it because I don't think today is a good time to buy. I'm gonna put this one as a green. It's not as bad, but it looks like the fundamentals are not that good. We can look at something now. Well, I'll put it green. These are good, kind of good setups, but I don't know if I'll buy them. I'll make a list first. What is this one doing? So this is one of the stocks that ARK likes to, it's been buying for some time. And it's forming this triangle right here. Maybe not. It got rejected from the 50 moving average, and then it closed today below the, yep, just barely below the 20 moving average. That is bearish signal. Should I sell if I was there? I mean, right now it's kind of hard for me to ask me if I should sell or not, and the reason why it's because yesterday I trimmed all of my positions at the close. I trimmed them, so I don't feel like selling anything, but I feel like buying the dip when that comes, now that I have cash. So I mean, the trend line is right here. Is this? So I mean, if I had to buy this one, I'll wait here. This will be a better deal for me. I'm actually gonna put this as the target, even though this may act as sort of support. It's going to be temporarily. It may bounce like this, and then it's gonna do a sell. That's my intuition for that. But this one is the price target. Let's do Airbnb. No, Airbnb. It's been trading in a triangle flag for some time. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. What is it doing? Well, it's a lot of indecision. I don't like these setups, to be honest, because you may think it's going one way and then you end up going the other way. I'll skip that one. TNA. Is TNA a good setup? No, I don't think so. The 4-hour momentum still on a downtrend. Even though when I looked, the IWM didn't look as bad. Look at this. This is a megaphone. You've probably seen the megaphone that is on the SPY before. This is what it could happen to the SPY. Many people don't think that we may go to another crash, but I know a lot of institutions are being very safe, trying to play a safeguard on that. So this is a megaphone. It broke to one side and then, whoom, it came back and then it retested its lows. I don't know. I was just looking at it and thinking, this could happen to the SPY. The big I know I'm going out of a tangent right now, but I think it's important to review this part as well. This is the megaphone, and I don't have lines, but it goes like this, and then we apparently broke out of it. So there's a lot of people buying it and thinking, oh, we're out of the water. We are out of the water. Well, guess what? This part right here may just be the end of the bull market. It's looking very, very parabolic, but we'll see. And the reason why I say that is because every time there is a correction, you win a grind to the top, just like this, with a higher velocity. Let's take a look. Anyway, This is what we were looking about earlier. It could happen. People may think we're out of the woods, and then we go all the way over here. Anyway, let's see where we were at. I think we were with TNA. Now all the analysis that I do is short term, like 3, 4, 5 days. So we may come back and test this. I don't think this is. I honestly don't think today is a good day to buy stocks, in my opinion. If you're brave, go ahead. I'm gonna wait for better dip, if any. This is Solar Edge, 5% down. It still has negative momentum. Like I said, tomorrow we may have a dead cat bounce, and then everyone it's gonna think that, oh, we should have bought yesterday, and then it's gonna go hard down. That's what I'm thinking from what I'm reading, and I can show you like similar situation where we were like this, yeah, right here. Well, I mean, it's not totally bad, but this is a very similar reading right here. People bought here, it came to the top, and then he sold off again, and then this is probably the good dip to buy right here. At least for the 2 or 3 days, or yeah. Anyway, things are looking very bearish. I'm afraid we're in a bear market now. A lot of these stocks did not recover like they did, despite recover, which is kind of scary in my own opinion. Let's see. If you have any stocks that you like to see, let me know. I'll be happy to go over them and maybe discuss a little bit with it. Alright, so same thing here. Everything is into limbo right now. Look at this workhorse. A lot of these stocks just sold all day. Look at this. This is a lot of wickedness. They just sold all day. Screen this triangle. Buys are stepping up here. Is this a good to buy dip? This one is actually a little bit slightly better than other stocks that we've seen. And the reason why it's because this part it's a test from a couple days ago. So there were some people who came in and bought here. I mean, the only thing about it is that we're making a lower low right here. Earlier, quickly people came in and then they bought it. Here, we end up with a green candle. So yes, people step in here and bought. So is Workhorse a bad stock? I don't know. I mean, we had a downtrend channel. We're doing a back test. Technically, if you're buying, I'm never going to tell you to buy here or here, but I can tell you where it's a good place to buy, whether the fundamentals or not match the company. If I go here with, now, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing my opinion and ideas on the stocks based on technical analysis. I mean, the thing about it is that no institution is stepping up and buying this stock anymore. Everyone who was in, seems like he got out here. He probably bought the dip, averaged down, get out, but the dip, averaged down, get out, and then now there's people trapped in here. And I mean, there's two things happening, and it looks like maybe there's actually an institution on someone who's accumulated here that you don't know about. This was similar to here for a few weeks. The trade didn't move. There was definitely someone, a well accumulating at this particular point. And then look at this. So I mean, I think that any news is gonna move this stock. Yeah, this is what's a little bit scary right here. Yeah, I mean, these are not big sell orders. I don't really care whenever people are selling 32k, 80k, 60k. I mean, those, even 100k, anything that is big, like close to 1 million, that's what I think it's a warning. Everything above 1 million. Anything below that, many of these people is just people getting some money because they get options. They get paid by options, so they're getting some money, maybe to go buy a house, maybe to go on vacations, maybe to invest it somewhere else, diversified. But there's not awful signs there. Let's look at what else. Lyft. Wow. Look at this. Actually, I wanted to see Redfin because it was worse, and then some people step in at the end, and then they bought. Okay. It's a red day in the market, for sure. Especially for tech. Even though tech didn't move that much. Now, I want to ask, like, what do you think? There is so much selling on tech. Well, this is part of what the institutions are doing right now. I think they're moving away from tech. They're balancing their portfolio. They're selling. They think these stocks are overbought, over evaluated, so they don't want to run the risk of damaging their clients. Let's look at Redfin here. I know this stock has good fundamentals, or better fundamentals than others. Let's check this out. It's interesting how some stocks are going up while some other ones are going down. Let's see. Yeah, technically we are support. If you're accumulating this stock and you're bullish, there's definitely institutions who are bullish on it, but then you got quite a bit of them that they were not. Look at that. All these institutions who had short interest at one point or another, they're probably doing that right now. They're probably trying to take the stock down with the price down. See, these are red flags right here. But this is April. Oh my goodness, look at this. The CEO sold $2 million 2 times. $2 million. Is it? I I'm gonna ask you, if the CEO is catching when at the low of the stock, is that a good sign for anyone to buy? Well, I mean, the one positive thing about it is Goldman, which is a powerhouse, it's bullish on the stock. So you got a conflict here. You got Goldman, who is I mean, every time I see a upgrade from Goldman, I think it's powerful. It's a powerhouse. They can move the market. Every time I see something like that, I think that it's good. But then at the same time, when you see the CEO selling this much, what does that tell you? Well, it tells me that the CEO itself knows that his company is overvalued. There's no way he thinks there's no way this company is going to go above this price in the near time. He's taking his money and running. Now, when you see something like that, you may think, is it worth putting my money here? I don't know. I mean, if you're just doing a swing trade, it may be, but that type of news is going to come out, if not already did, it's going to come out on the market, because this happened April. I'm surprised he hasn't sold that much ever since those news. What is people saying? This ain't going to be the 60s for much longer, so there's bearish people or bullish. No doubt it will be back to 90 in due. You know, Michael Burry, he's been warning people about this type of crash. I mean, I don't know what you can call this a crash. This stock was a 97, almost $100, and then it went all the way to 60. That's a 40% correction, and then who knows if there is even more. For the CEO to get out of his position, or I don't think it's his whole position, but at least some of it at the lows, and he didn't do it at the top. So if you look at, what would this be? Somewhere like February, or how many people were selling in February when the stock was hot? Right here, February, where is it? Yeah, there was no big sales. This guy made it. The director, that guy timed the top. He got $10 million out. Look at that. This guy, he knows what he's doing. Anyone else was cashing? I don't think they wanted to make a big, like they've been selling. No one's buying. But then again, the reason why no one's buying is because a lot of these people, they get paid. Look at this. Wow, this guy's August 17. That's what the price was like. That is this guy. August 17. Is he? He's getting all the tops. Where's August? I have the 1 hour chart. Let's see the 1 day. August 17. Yeah, the guy sold somewhere down here, and then he sold $10 million right here. I mean, for the CEO to sell right here, it's not horrible. In October, the price was at 56, so I mean, he got a good price, but not, I mean, again, it doesn't feel like a good price for you or I to buy. Let's look another one. Like, honestly, every stock that I look, it doesn't look great. There's only a few of them, but this one still has negative momentum to the downside. is this Solar Edge. I feel like I already reviewed this one. Let's find out what the professionals are saying on it. This is good by the dip. It's above the downtrend, so this is not horrible. Look, it bounced right here, it bounced down here, it bounced down here. So this trend line, it's been respected. And then this was keeping the stock from selling, and then it currently went up, it came back in, it's closing inside the channel again, so that's a red warning, but it's above this trend line. Now, different from the other ones, there has been institutions that have come in recently and they have upgraded the stock, so that's good. I mean, if you like, this is the kind of stuff you want to look in a stock that you're buying long term, especially when you're picking a stock. Okay, what does the computer, because you know, I and you can make any technical analysis, but usually a lot of these trades institutions use computers to do so. And so, I mean, if this computer is saying this is a good point to buy, if tomorrow we close below it, there was only one day that the thing closed below it. So if you have maybe 2 days where you close below it, worst case scenario, you may come and test this downtrend here. Yeah, it's not nice. Like, this will be probably a great price right here. It's actually better support if you look at it. I'm surprised this computer doesn't have a trend line that goes from here, here, and here. So 240 seems to be a good price, but if there's more buyers stepping up on this one, and then you got positive, and then are insiders selling? Let's find out. April. So you got this person, I don't know, sort of BP, Core of Technology. That person sold $3 million. That person thought this was it. This is a good time to sell. They had a good run, and now that person's catching out. Is the same person who sold? No, but it's another VP. They sold. A lot of people sold heavily on February. Look at this. And I mean, these are, when I look at this and I saw, like, I don't care about the 40, like anything that is below $1 million. But I mean, there's no buys, no one's buying, everyone's selling. Yeah, it's not terrible. Not terrible, especially if there's an infrastructure bill that is going to help. It's going to help solar power and phase technology. I'm not exactly sure what this one does. I think I'm going to cut the stream right now. It's been 1 hour so far, but if anyone wants to have me to analyze any of the stocks, anything that you're holding, please let me know. You can watch the video from the beginning. I did a analysis on QQ and SPY. Those are the major indicators that I use to get a feeling of the sentiment of the market. And in my opinion, I didn't thought this is a dip to buy. But I might be wrong. I highlighted some stocks that had potential to the upside, big. Now, this is not a tech stock. I believe this is a retail trader, and it's been trading better than a lot of the tech, sideways, but I think it does have a dividend, so you're at least getting that. and it's getting on the oversold. It's probably gonna come back here to the 50 moving average, and then perhaps the thing about this one, if you're in it, and you can tell right here, this looks toppy. And what does this mean? Well, I mean, it just means that there's institutions or like a well that has a limit loss or limit sell right here. It comes down here and they sell. It's making this flat line. So yeah, short term is not a good buy. Solo is looking, I don't know what Solo does. Yeah, anyways, I don't think today's the day I want to buy any dips, so I don't want to keep going on this for very long. But if you have any questions, let me know. This is let's actually just go and find out what the VIX looks like. The SPY. I'm surprised the VIX didn't close any higher. And the reason why is a lot of the tech names sold today. Look at all this tech, big chunks. However, the VIX did not sold, and I mean, if there was like a dip to buy in the VIX, as just like a stock, this looks like a dip to buy. It bounced from here. It's been bouncing from here. I don't like holding the VIX. I rather buy puts on whatever stock I want to hedge against it. But sometimes institutions do this. They see this as a good opportunity to hedge some of their portfolios, so they'll buy the VIX, thinking that the market's maybe going to correct anytime soon, and then look at this. If there's a sell-off or a panic in the market, there is a upside, a list of 9% minimum to touch this trend line down or sort of this resistance. So many people say that when the VIX is this low, that means the market's gonna do, it's doing well, but I tend to think the other way around. Let's find out what the big winners are. Are there any big winners? Well, this one's a bear leverage. This one's a bear leverage. So I mean, if you had this on your portfolio to hedge against sell-offs, look at this one. It did pretty well. This one's everything that is 3x leverage. Well, I follow these ones. It gives you some sentiment of the market, and you can see that they still have momentum to move up. This one, it still has momentum to go up tomorrow. You know, it can come back test, and then it's gonna have momentum to move forward. Same with this one. This one's actually maybe not even gonna back test tomorrow. It's just gonna keep selling, or I guess keep going. Twitter. Yeah, I mean, if you're in Twitter, this is actually pretty good. If you're in Twitter, but you are at the top of the channel right now, so manage your risk. It's very likely that you're gonna come back and then backtest any of this at any time, but then at the same time, it can just go parabolic. Long term, Facebook, man, Facebook is, yeah, this one, Esteem, I think this one has been a good play, especially because it was just recently added. I think it was added to the SPY, and that's why it's been going up so much. Like, it's not dust. That's an inverse for for gold miners. So gold miners didn't do very well. That's what you know. But the FANG did good today. Tesla, Facebook. Look at this. But we are at support right now, or resistance. So it's a big warning right here. We had a pretty good run, and now it looks like it's gonna take a little breath. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and click the like button. Let me know what you'd like to see next time. I think I review quite a bit. If I had to do a couple moves, this one will be a good short. Let's see if TQQ will be a good short as well. Yeah, kind of. Not really. I mean, I really get the feeling that he's going to come back and test the 50 moving average either tomorrow or the next day. So just keep that in mind. So that's why I was saying today's not a good dip to buy, because the major indicators seems like they're going to sell off tomorrow or in the next days. But then again, it can just keep going. We'll see. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.